Imagine a world 66 million years ago. The air is warm and thick with the scent of damp earth and strange flowering plants. Giant ferns, as tall as houses, form a dense green canopy overhead. Sunlight filters through the leaves, dappling the forest floor in shifting patterns of light and shadow. This is the late Cretaceous period, a world ruled by reptiles. A vast inland sea splits the continent we now know as North America, and along its swampy shores, life thrives in astonishing variety. This has been the dinosaurs' world for more than 150 million years, a reign of giants that seems destined to last forever. They are the undisputed masters of this ancient land. In a clearing, a herd of triceratops moves slowly, their great horned heads lowered to graze on low-growing shrubs. The young ones stay close to their mothers, their smaller frills still soft. Nearby, a family of duck-billed Edmontosaurus calls out with deep, honking sounds, communicating as they strip leaves from the branches. Small furry mammals, no bigger than rats, scurry in the undergrowth, ever watchful, their lives lived in the shadows of the giants. In the sky above, pterosaurs with leathery wings glide on the warm air currents, their sharp eyes scanning the waters below for fish. This is a normal day, just like countless others that have come before it. The great king of this land, Tyrannosaurus rex, stalks through the forest. It is an enormous predator, a finely tuned hunter of immense power. Its powerful legs carry its 9-ton body with a surprising grace. It is searching for its next meal, its keen sense of smell guiding it through the dense vegetation. The smaller creatures of the forest fall silent as it passes, a ripple of fear spreading through the ecosystem. The T-Rex is the apex predator, the final word in the long and complex story of dinosaur evolution. On this day, it is simply looking for food, unaware that its time is running out. Life continues in its timeless rhythm. A young Ankylosaurus, covered in bony plates and armed with a club-like tail, drinks from a stream. It is a walking fortress, well protected from most threats. The world is a complex web of hunter and hunted, of immense herbivores and terrifying carnivores. From the smallest insects to the largest sauropods, every creature has its place in this vibrant, ancient world. The sun climbs higher in the sky, warming the land for what will be the very last time. Everything is as it should be, a perfect, balanced world on the brink of unimaginable change. Without any warning, a new star appears in the daytime sky. At first, it is just a tiny, impossibly bright speck of light, but it grows larger and brighter with terrifying speed. It is not a star at all. It is an asteroid, a rock the size of a mountain, traveling faster than a speeding bullet. It has been journeying through space for billions of years, and its long voyage is about to end here. The dinosaurs below continue their daily routines, completely unaware of the doom that is screaming down from the heavens. For them, there is no sound yet, only a strange and ominous light growing in the sky. The asteroid punches through Earth's atmosphere in a blaze of fire. The air in front of it is compressed and heated to a temperature hotter than the surface of the sun. It shines with a blinding white light, visible for thousands of miles. As it descends, it looks like a second sun has appeared. The friction turns the air into a superheated plasma, a fireball that vaporizes everything in its path. The final moments are silent for those near the impact zone. The asteroid is moving so fast that it arrives before the sound of its own passage can travel through the air. The impact itself is an event beyond all comprehension. The asteroid strikes the shallow sea of what is now the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. In a fraction of a second, it unleashes energy equivalent to billions of atomic bombs. The sound is the loudest noise the Earth has ever known, a deafening explosion that would circle the globe multiple times. The impact carves a crater more than 110 miles wide and 12 miles deep. Trillions of tons of rock, water, and the asteroid itself are vaporized instantly, thrown high up into and even beyond the atmosphere in a colossal plume of incandescent debris. For those near the impact, the end is instantaneous. The initial blast wave, a wall of superheated air and pressure, flattens forests and incinerates all life for hundreds of miles in every direction. At the same time, the impact triggers the largest earthquake in the planet's history, a megaquake that shakes the entire globe. Gigantic tsunamis, waves hundreds of feet high, race outwards from the impact site at the speed of a jet, destined to crash into coastlines thousands of miles away. The day has turned into a scene from a nightmare, and the destruction has only just begun. Immediately following the impact, the real horror unfolds. The trillions of tons of superheated rock and debris that were thrown into the sky begin to fall back to Earth. As these tiny glass-like spheres, called spherules, re-enter the atmosphere all around the world, they heat up through friction, just like meteors. The sky itself begins to glow a dull, menacing red. This turns the entire atmosphere into a giant broiler oven, raising surface temperatures by hundreds of degrees. Any animal or plant not sheltered underground or deep in the water is cooked alive. Wildfires ignite spontaneously across the continents, burning what is left of the Great Cretaceous forests. As the fires rage, a thick blanket of soot and ash rises to join the dust from the impact, shrouding the planet in darkness. The sun, the source of all life and energy, disappears behind this impenetrable veil. A deep, chilling twilight, a nuclear winter, descends upon the entire globe. This darkness will last not for days, but for months, perhaps even years. Without sunlight, plants can no longer perform photosynthesis. They wither and die on a global scale, from the smallest phytoplankton in the oceans to the mightiest ferns and conifers on land. The very foundation of the food chain has crumbled away in a matter of weeks. The world grows cold. Without the sun's warmth, global temperatures plummet. What was once a warm, tropical planet begins to freeze. The lack of sunlight and the death of the plants spells doom for the herbivores. The great herds of Triceratops and Edmontosaurus starve in the dark and the cold. There is nothing left for them to eat. Their immense size, once a great advantage, now becomes a fatal weakness. They need huge amounts of food to survive, and the food is gone. One by one, the gentle giants of the Cretaceous period fall silent forever, their bodies left to decay in the frozen twilight. With the herbivores gone, the carnivores are next. The mighty Tyrannosaurus rex, the king of the dinosaurs, finds itself in a world with no food. Its prey has vanished. Scavenging on the bodies of the dead can only sustain it for so long. The great hunter starves along with its prey, its reign ending not in a glorious battle, but in the silent, freezing darkness. Across the planet, the story is the same. The dinosaurs, who dominated the Earth for 150 million years, are wiped from existence. Their world is gone, replaced by a cold, dark, and empty planet. Not all life was extinguished on that terrible day. While the giants perished, some of the smallest and most adaptable creatures found ways to survive the apocalypse. Deep in burrows, underground, small furry mammals huddled together, shielded from the heat and the cold. In the rivers and lakes, crocodiles and turtles, able to survive for long periods without food, endured the long night. In the deep oceans, some fish and sharks managed to live on, feeding on the debris that rained down from the dead world above. These survivors were the few, the fortunate and the resilient. These were creatures that did not need much to live. The small mammals, our distant ancestors, could survive by eating insects, roots, and whatever scraps they could find in the decaying leaf litter. They were warm-blooded, which helped them endure the freezing temperatures. Their small size meant they needed far less food than a dinosaur. For months and years they lived in a world of ghosts, a world without the thunderous footsteps of the giants that had ruled for so long. They were no longer living in the shadows. The shadows themselves were gone. Slowly, ever so slowly, the world began to heal. The dust and soot eventually settled out of the atmosphere, allowing sunlight to reach the surface once more. The long winter ended, and the planet began to warm again. The first plants to return were the ferns, their spores having survived the catastrophe. A fern spike carpeted the barren landscape in a sea of green, providing the first new food in a recovering world. The long process of rebuilding life on Earth had begun, but it would be a very different world from the one that had been lost. With the dinosaurs gone, an enormous opportunity opened up. The small mammals that had survived began to emerge from their burrows into a world free of giant predators. With no competition, they began to diversify, to evolve, and to grow larger. Over millions of years, they would fill every niche that the dinosaurs had left vacant. They would become the new rulers of the planet. From these humble, shrew-like survivors would eventually arise bats, whales, cats, elephants, and primates, including, eventually, ourselves. The last day of the dinosaurs was a terrible end, but it was also a spectacular beginning.